The lowering of the flags ceremony of the Attari Wagah border is a daily military practice that the Border Security Force and Pakistan Rangers have jointly followed since 1959. Forces from both sides follow dance like maneuvers and raising of legs as high as possible. There is also stomping of the feet and aggressive gestures towards each other. It's a very emotion charged ceremony with lot of excitement on both sides. Before watching the actual ceremony, we went to see the BSF museum. The museum has photographs as well as other audiovisual displays. BSF played a major role during the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. There is a letter from Mrs. Gandhi to Rustamji praising the role of BSF as the first line of defense. Museum displays photographs of heroes and martyrs of BSF. As you enter the arena, the excitement becomes palpable. You are greeted by a dancing crowd singing patriotic songs. When you think beyond the excitement and rejoicing, you can see the agonizing stories of millions who suffered during the partition and also the rivalry and animosity continuing for decades between the two countries. Migration of the hapless refugees started months before the independence and continued for months after it. The joint check post at Attari Wagah had a humble beginning. Brigadier Mohinder Singh Chopra established the check post on 11th October 1947. As the looting and killing was taking place on both sides, establishment of a border check post became imperative. There was no marker or pillar to designate the exact spot where GT Road left India and entered Pakistan, but there was the nominal boundary between the Lahore and Amritsar districts of the undivided Punjab. So it was here that Brigadier Mohinder Singh Chopra, who was commanding the 123 Infantry Brigade Amritsar at that time, set up a joint check post. A few hastily whitewashed drums and rubble of stones were placed along the berms of the GT Road, marking the new international border. Some tents were pitched to house the few troops on duty, one Dogra from the Indian Army and 4 Baloch from the opposite side. 2 sentry boxes painted in national colors of each country were set up, separated by a swing gate meant to regulate traffic. 2 flag masts completed the picture. Today, the facilities on our side of the check post includes amphitheater, a museum and other displays with similar facilities on the other side, separated by gates and no man's land. Today, the lowering of the flags and beating the retreat ceremony starts every evening immediately before sunset with a parade by the soldiers from both sides and ends with a perfectly coordinated lowering of the national flags. One infantryman stands at attention on each side of the gate. As the sun sets, the iron gates at the border are opened and 2 flags are lowered simultaneously. The flags are then folded and the ceremony ends with a retreat that involves a brisk handshake between the soldiers from either side. This is followed by the closing of the gates. The ceremony attracts people from both sides as well as international tourists. In October 2010, Major General Yaqub Ali Khan of the Pakistan Rangers decided that the aggressive aspect of the ceremonial theatrics should be toned down. The soldiers for this ceremony are specially appointed and trained. On 2nd November 2014, approximately 60 people were killed and at least 110 were injured in a suicide attack on the Pakistan side of the border. After the India-Pakistan military confrontation on 29 September 2016, the border closing ceremony continued, but on the Indian side, public attendance was denied on the evenings between 29 September and 8 October 2016. As the tensions increased, BSF did not exchange sweets and greetings with Pakistan Rangers on Diwali of 2016, despite a long tradition of doing so on major religious festivals. This, of course, is the ceremonial checkpost. The real checkpost from where the actual trading vehicles transferred between one country to another lies by the side, and not many people seem to take notice of it. There are two more similar checkposts on the western side and a newly opened checkpost between India and Bangladesh lies on the eastern border. A similar ceremony takes place on the eastern border as well. One can only hope that the relations between India and Pakistan improve in future and these ceremonies become more of a friendly interaction.